I believe everyone could be an artist. Everyone could be an artist. There is a difference in between everyone is an artist and everyone could be an artist. It's kind of sensibilities that taste cannot be taught, isn't it? Taste cannot be taught, but it could be imbibed. It could be learned. If we live with consciousness, live with concern, responsibility, you find everywhere art. That's what I mean. It is something to do with the spectacle. Spectacle and content. Content is invisible, right? Content is transformed into content or the spectacle, the visible world. So I think it is important to understand the physicality first and experience the materiality of it, experience the process of it, then reaching into the gist, reaching into the ultimate meaning of it. It is a kind of experience. So the totality of the project, any material, could be sensible. Sometimes it will become an object if you don't understand the material. So for me, it is an important moment to go through the process, reach to the content of it and experience it and make meaning out of it or bring meaning out of it. I think the material has its own value and I do respect that material value for the conscious reason. For the content, I would give value to the material. Sanctum Sanctorum. In the temple, the architecture architecture play an important role. But the Sanctorum is a small space where the essence, the aesthetics, the belief is in Sanctorum. If you are passionately involved with something, 100% believe in whatever you're doing. You know, as an artist, I do believe self-realization is most important. As a social animal, it is my responsibility to react to the situations and respond to it. As artists are responsibilities. Even like the responsibility itself is, I believe, you take freedom. You take freedom to create art. Nobody is given you freedom. You know, nobody's. There are no rules for freedom in one sense. You know, rules are made by people, but I think, you know, artists means taking maximum freedom. They can make the best art. That's what I believe. So the complete freedom of expression of oneself, one's own idea, could be art. I believe art is functional. Function intellectually or spiritually. This is all functional. And when you give any kind of solace to your mind, it is functional, isn't it? Yeah, it is a kind of curing medicine. According to me, art is a kind of medicine. If it is an object or if it is idea, the idea can also cure. Marx said man is a maker, and I think, you know, that maker, when we say maker, you know, creator, you know, like human beings are the creators. You know, like for me as an artist, I do believe that, you know, man can make things. They are like gods. You know, you can call them semi-gods. They are the creators. They bring new ideas to this world. They bring new imaginations to this world. Many people are interested in science, right? But this aesthetic, if it is not associated with aesthetics, it won't transform into a kind of artwork. These materials will remain as a kind of engineered object. It doesn't have the soul. It doesn't have the spirit. If you understand the spirit, you can create an object into kinetic or energy sourcing power as well. So I believe every person, everybody could be an artist if they understand the spirit as well as the material world. They should know where they live. They should know what are the kind of political spaces you are living. Social. We should be, as artists, we should be very socially conscious. It's not a self-centered space. Artists are a social animal, so that earlier days artists used to paint in their own studio. I don't believe that kind of. You don't need a guru to learn art. You don't need a master to learn your life. So it is, for me, life and art is the same. The totality of it. You understand the space, you understand time, you understand those level of, and you live in, I think there's kind of, if we understand the extremities or opposites, we can understand in between spaces, in between the polarities, in between the ambivalence. If we understand both, chaos. If you understand chaos, it is easier for you to understand the order. You create order out of chaos. You cannot make something from, like something is pure, you cannot make it chaos. I think it's kind of, in the art world we can say extreme, like expressionism versus minimalism or something like that. We can juxtapose these both their polarities and create life as well. As artists, I think, give life to it. Yes. That's why I said artists are like God. If you believe in it, I don't know. I'm just taking it as a kind of, not as a kind of human God or whatever. It's one's own understanding I'm talking about. If we don't live standalone, we need to have the other. Then there is it is almost like a mirror, according to me. Like one's own life is like a mirror. Like everybody says, a mirror is a reflector, right? Mirror.
It's reflect.
Reflects
yeah. The image.
Yeah. But for me, I see it as a mirror, as a receiver. It receives everything. Okay. Everything in front of, like so. An artist should be, or people should be, like a mirror. Can receive everything, and you can exhale and inhale. Like what is exhaling is whatever you receive. You should not be a defender to anything. You should be free.
No exclusion.
Yeah.
No exclusion.
So be free to receive, but you make out of it what is best for this spiritual space, or like for the material world. You cannot live without material world, and at the same time you cannot leave your spirit. If you leave your spirit, you are dead. Your memory is everything for yourself. I believe that memory and history is very important for artists. Memory. If it is, memory loss, if you are
identity loss.
Yeah, everything is gone. Everything is.
You cannot relate anymore.
Yeah. It is death of memories, death of one's own life. any project is like it is important to have funds to create things. For our we are not socially, we are not at all aware of the power of soft power, the culture. India got incredible culture, incredible wealth of culture, and diversity of culture. And each state, even each district, you would find different kinds of languages, different kinds of taste, different kinds of people and the culture. But unfortunately, we never lived surrounded by museums or any kind of that kind of culture. We lived surrounded by temples and churches and mosques. That is unfortunate. I think we have Kerala given a lot of freedom to religion. The same time, Kochi is a very good example for that. Like the maximum, around 33 different kind of community lives in this small 5-6 kilometer square kilometer area. 33 different kind of communities and 13 different kind of languages people speak here. That itself is a kind of ideal place, and this place nobody was harmed because they are religious or religion oriented or something like that. Like the Jewish community was protected here when Holocaust was happening. All over the world everybody was throwing them out and all the massacres were happening. Kochi had around 200 family Jewish community, and Portuguese, Dutch, all kinds of people come and live here. So we were in the first mosque in Kerala, in India was made in Kerala. First church was made in Kerala. First synagogue was made in India. So in that sense, like there is a kind of literature-wise, also Kerala is quite famous. Yeah. Unfortunately, the infrastructure for contemporary art exhibitions or the museums, we don't have expertise in that field. We don't have much expertise, and most of the famous artists from Kerala, they didn't have any kind of patronage. They didn't have any kind of support system. The state or the country never had a cultural policy. So this is what, as a Biennale Foundation, we believe in creating infrastructure. We believe in educating from childhood. Kids should learn aesthetics.
Children's Biennale, the Students Biennale.
For us, it is very important. There is one step to the another to the final. Biennale Foundation's one of the major projects is the Biennale, but we do other educational projects. We have residencies, we have art residencies, we have exchange programs. We are young in a way. This is a place, this is a land of, we put the seed and it is growing very fast. The land itself is so enriched with culture. So we had 400,000 people visited the first edition.
400,000?
Yeah. And the second edition we are expecting it's close to that number. And it is still 30 days to go, 25 days to go. We are expecting about 500,000 people for the second edition. So we are, as I mentioned, we are very young, and also the first edition is also curated by artists. The second edition is also curated by artists. We believe the theory and practice should go hand in hand. We believe the curator needs to work like an artist. There are exceptional curators, but I believe that most of our projects are made in this space. Understand the space, understand our local public, understand the politics behind this project, as well as the land's politics, everything. It is not just about the place made art. It is all about the entirety I think somebody to understand. We would like to invite them. And we have an artistic advisory committee, and they will decide. Only the foundation's demand was we would be very happy to receive a curator who is also an artist. The first Biennale was the city itself, the cosmopolitan nature of this, and the multiculturalism was our idea for curatorial note to all the artists. And they experienced the site and created it. This year, the curator is looking outside from this land. He's also looking at the mathematics, science, and the 14th and 15th century inventions done by Keralites as well as international astrologers and cartographers and people like that. He says that it is a kind of viewing deck to the other part of the world. Viewing deck.
Your viewing deck. Okay, I understand. Observing deck.
Yeah, observation deck.
Observation deck.
From this land, looking at the other world, and it was like earlier, the other world. Kochi is becoming almost like a kind of magnetic place for many other cultures, many other trade. This is because of the trade route. Kochi become that kind of wealthy, culturally wealthy, socially wealthy. We used to have 34 different countries, used to have a trade relationship with Kerala, especially the Muziris area. Muziris is 35 kilometers from here, so that place got that place got vanished in 1431 due to heavy flood and disaster that recently excavated 80 years ago, and they found about more than 34 countries used to have trade relationship with. The evidences shows that. So after vanishing that place, the new port arrived. It was almost like the Kochi Muziris Biennale. Muziris is our backbone, and Kochi is our baby in a way that Muziris is daughter or whatever you can call it. So it's kind of, this place was through trade, not only material world exchanges, but there is a kind of culture, there is kind of different kind of culture brought into the city that you can breathe in this place. I think that itself is so beautiful. I feel Kochi is different than any other city in India.
Than any other city.
That's one of the reasons we feel that Kochi Muziris Biennale is on right space, and right time, and playing an important role in cultural scene. And that is also because of India's many people tried to do Biennale in India in we used to have Trinale, which is not happening since 90s, but Trinale was a kind of almost like a bureaucratic exercise. They used to send out invitations to the other part of the world. They used to send out works to Delhi, but that was vanished. And then 2005, a lot of artists came together. They tried to start a Biennale like Vivan Sundaram, Gita Kapoor, Ranbir Kaleka, artist community. They had a three-day seminar, and delegates visited from different parts to start a Biennale in Delhi, but unfortunately the state did not support. Here our case is interesting that Mr. M.A. Baby, our previous cultural minister and education minister, he immediately supported when he asked us what is the best thing could be done for Kerala, and because he belongs to the state, he asked this question. Riyaz and myself was born in Kerala, so we suggested We have fantastic film festival, we have theatre festival in Richmond, international film festival and theatre festival. Literature-wise, Kerala is quite well known. Any kind of language is immediately translated and read by all Malayalis. But when it comes to visual art, unfortunately the infrastructure is not there, and possibility to see international and national art, we don't have any kind of museums or anything like that. So it is important for us to see what is happening around the same time. The original works of artists or original thinking of artists could be seen. There are many anecdotes. Many people say, last Biennale, this Marike was called. She is the Biennale Foundation director. She said, if there is an award for Biennale, you would have won it, the first prize. And this year, Venice Biennale's curator, the first African curator appointed by Venice, Ambassador, he was here. Yeah, and he said, this is 21st century Biennale. So that these are kind of huge compliments, and we're hearing every day, almost every day, different. People, Marrakesh, some people said you should check it out, Marrakesh as well. Like there are Biennales, interesting Biennales happening around the world. But Kochi, we believe that, first of all, we understood when we were traveling around, we wanted to educate the local public first, what is a Biennale. People didn't know what is a Biennale. People didn't know even the meaning of it, and they thought it is some painting exhibition or something like that. Now they realize it is about life. It become people's Biennale. Everybody is proud of this project in Kochi and Kerala and India. The whole art community is supporting financially as well as. So that's how we are surviving. It will remain, it will always give a new perspective to life. I'm sure the next generation of people, sociology, also are interested in the effect of Biennale, effect of social soft power. If they want to study, Kochi would be the right place in 20 years of time, 10 years of time. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I hope you've seen the Biennale program.
Yes, we
Thank you.